Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the Art Review series. And today we'll be checking out the work of, not sure who this is, but YS84 underscore 84. I found this artist via the For You page here on X. And I think it was this image, this specific artwork that got me sort of hooked. Although, if you look at most of their work, it's actually mostly colored, mostly sort of finished in a way. But these were not the ones that actually got me to follow them. It was this piece, like this specific image. And I'm so glad they posted like a close up of their work. But if you look at this, what are they saying here? When you zoom in, you can see there's a lot of information. Oh yeah, that was what I was thinking too. Yeah, there's just let me change the. It's a really high quality photo too. Let's go back. Look at that. Can we open image in new tab? Let's click the other. Do we have another image here? Oh, we do. Yeah, I just like the visuals of it. I'm not sure if this was like a random piece, or like they're trying to be experimental, or if it's like a regular thing they do behind the scenes. But I do like how it looks. I lean more on like the grayscale sketches than the I mean the illustrations are great and the color stuff, but I don't know. I just feel like it like they said in the post, they have a lot of information. Or you see more of it here because when you start coloring stuff, sometimes it can take away a lot of the information you've done like in the drawing stage. I do like it. Lots of frills. Is that a maid outfit? I'm not even sure. Maid outfit? Let me just look at this. I think this is from their phone. I do like it when artists do this, where they take a snapshot from their phone, because it's much more, I don't know, real or sort of direct. And look at that. Wait, I think we will go back here. This one's a quick sketch. It looks like it was done with ink or a really dark pencil. Let's go. Let's check this one out. So they're using Clip Studio Paint. Clearly, you can tell by the UI. This one's actually fairly clean, and the way they add the shadows, it's not super like hard edged. It's fairly, or it's done with like a soft brush, or basically a brush with like a soft edge to it. That's kind of how they add the shadows. They're not using like a hard brush or a hard edge brush, or say the lasso fill tool or something. It's like an airbrush in a way. Yeah, it's a very non-invasive way of doing like a quick shadow sort of thing. And recently I've been learning, for example, just a quick thing I've learned here. Do you see this line over here? Right? Whenever you add the shadows, it doesn't mean you start at the very edge of it. Like you do the shadow, like kind of like this, but you go beyond that line essentially. Like the shadow doesn't end or start with that line always. You see the same thing in this area over here. Do you see this like line fold? When you add the shadow, it just goes a little bit beyond that. I used to do this thing where it would start directly in the line, right? But I think I saw a quick tutorial of it somewhere on Twitter or X, and I was so confused, but I think I get it because there's a certain part of like when something bends, a part of that bottom that bends is going to be in shadow, right? So when you make a line work version of that, the shadow starts from above that line. Hopefully you get it. If you don't worry. You just have to keep, you don't even have to draw, just keep watching. The more you see artworks where you have like line work and shadow, you're going to say, like it's going to make sense. Wait, let's go back here. Oh, this one's okay too. Yeah, I do like the grungy, is it grungy, or the very raw vibes of it. I can see like the charcoal texture. Is it charcoal? It's kind of textured. Lots of like sketchy lines here, but it's not so sketchy that you don't know what's happening. It's is that a mask? Or I think it's like a mask. Or maybe it's their mouth, their actual mouth. Oh yeah. Sorry. Oh, I think it's a mask. I can see it right here. in the top corner. But yeah, I like the white sort of outline. And it's very sort of sketchy too. It's not like super tight. There's just something about it. And the eye here, the eye pupil, it seems like it was done. Like it looks so graphite-ish, right? With the shading and everything. And again, with the way they added like the gray value, it's very like some kind of soft edge brush. It's not very harsh. I think they want to remain or make the sort of dark pencil lines more of the sharper thing, and then everything else is just gonna be soft. So it's a good balance, I guess. Some hatching in the bottom parts of the eye. Maybe they're trying to show they're, I don't know, tired or something. A little bit in the nose, and I like how for the nose it's just like one big line, and maybe some hatching over here, right? Some hatching. I just like it. Even the eyelash, it looks so pretty. Yeah. And you will only really see it in like this zoomed in version. So I'm very glad that they were able to like grab a quick snapshot of this sort of thing. But I think this really is the most like, this could be like a cover for like an album, like a music sort of thing, or I don't know, like a book maybe, or some like Wattpad sort of one of those like fan books, or what do you call it? Yeah, the fan art version for books. I don't know. But yeah, I just again, look at this. Let me just, yeah. So this is the full version over here. So they're zooming really in on the face, but there's more to it. I think this is the full version, right? Yeah, this is the full version. But I do like the zoomed in one more. Really high quality stuff. So we're seeing basically the same character, but in a different position, right? From the side. Look at how the nose was done here. Let me just show this. Right? You can see multiple strokes. Some really light lines here. The mouth, right? It's not always like one. Sometimes it's one stroke. Sometimes it's like a back and forth stroke to show some kind of indentation. Fuck. Oh, and then they manually did the what do you call this? Is like a checker pattern. I forgot. Flannel. I think it's a flannel shirt. You see it here a lot in the Western sphere, where they like they usually use the color red. Too. I'm not sure why they like the color red here, but yeah. There are other colors too, but it's just more common seeing it in red. But there are other like variations, but it's a very cool pattern. I do see they're using some kind of like soft brush too, like a chalk brush or something. It has some opacity, but the edge you can tell is fairly soft. It's not super harsh. And if you look at the edges here, let me just show you. Like, is it like you can see some like mist sort of render spots, but that's kind of the appeal. It doesn't always have to be super tight and clean. It really matches this sort of sketchy look, which I do vibe with. So if you're like a sketchy person, like this thing looks finished, even if it's like you would just consider this more of a style choice, right? And even the erase lines over here, because you can tell they were trying to erase something. They didn't totally erase the thing. It's you can just leave it in as part of the style, right? And the one they're erasing, they're using some kind of like really thin brush. Maybe it's the same pencil brush. So it almost adds this sort of, see that fade out effect. Not bad, right? I like the black background here with the white sort of like chalk thingy. And again, the adding of the white line for the glasses, it really makes the glasses pop out even more, right? It's so freaking cool. Which is interesting because if you look at their portfolio, they don't have much of the grayscale stuff. Maybe this is how most of their illustrations turn out, but we'll see if they post like the grayscale version of it or the sketch version. It looks like they like posting like more of the finished. Oh, this one's like a sketch, more of the finished stuff. Now this one, it's still the same approach, but it's mostly in ink. Like they're not doing the whole grayscale thing here where they're adding some values or yeah, right? This may be the best shot. Like this close up is, oh, I like that tear sort of effect here coming from the glasses. So she's kind of like crying or she's like stressed out. She's so hot too. It's just such a pretty drawing, guys. Like, I might even make this like just the thumbnail because it's this fucking good. Okay. Let me go back because they may have more sketches. Oh, this one's kind of cute. Yeah, I don't understand Japanese, but I do like it when artists like draw their chibi or their cartoonized version, kind of like this. It's very cute. And obviously boba. Jeez, this one's more like a coffee mug or a coffee like Starbucks thingy. Very kawaii. Kawaii. Oh, again, look at how she's doing or is it a she? Maybe. Let's check this out. I packed it on behalf. I'm not sure what that means, but let me just show you again this. Look at how, instead of just erasing the whole thing, no, I'll show the line. Instead of just erasing this whole thing, right? They faded it out with like a smaller line. So you can still see where the eye is supposed to be, kind of like in a dotted way. So you don't totally lose like all of the information. But it's enough to sort of set those details back because obviously there's hair covering the eye. So it doesn't make sense to draw it all the way. Because I do see for a lot of artists, they will still like draw the eye and basically make the hair somewhat transparent, so you can still see like the details of the eye. But for this artist, obviously they still draw it, but they do fade it out with this kind of line thing. So that's pretty cool detail there. But yeah, I actually, these sketches are pretty cool too. I do like it. A very quick way of painting, and I'm actually more into stuff like this than the really finished stuff. Okay, she's kind of cute. Come on. Why is the interesting? I'm noticing the lines in the face. They're a bit more red. Let's move over here. Like some lines are black, but I guess the interior lines maybe. Let me show you, like this one. Like a part of the ear, the hand, or these two fingers, the nose a little bit. They're red. I'm not sure and maybe a little bit of this part over here. And that this line is so jaggedy, the one I'm using. But I like, the sketches are pretty cool. Yeah, there's more stuff, more finished illustrations, so you can check that out. The style is still, you can tell it's from the same artist because of the way they draw the hair and the eyes, right? But I do recommend if you're more of the sketchier, if you're a sketchier person, check out, this one, I think is a good example of something that's done quickly but looks pretty freaking cool. But also, my favorite one would have to be, I think I already have it open, this one. Oh my god, look at that. Oh, look at those. Even if you zoom in, there's just so much story there. And it shows you that a lot of artists like spend time on the details, but you're just seeing like this version where it's so like huge and the big that yeah, I think you will have so much fun just zooming into things. And I do recommend for artists that if you do something like this where you have a big illustration, but you do know you spent time working on this kind of view and you have some details there, why not share like a close-up? I mean, a lot of artists do it, so because I think it's a missed opportunity. Like you can fall in love with the close-up, and the same way I did. I fell in love with like if I just saw this, it would be kind of okay. I would still like follow because of like it's pretty, but this one would just it just sold me on their artwork, right? So yeah, that's it for this art review. What's her name again? I can't read Japanese, but this artist YS84_84. Check out. Oh, not many followers. Not good. We need to amp up their follower count. So I do recommend if you're into their work, check them out. I will link this page in the description below. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed their work. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.